Okay, next strat on the list is dorms. For top floor, we are going to be running a 5-man of Tachanka, Jaeger, Bandit, Frost, and Wamai. No smoke this time. I think that Tachanka is going to work better for what I have in mind. So for this strat, Tachanka is immediately going to rush off his spawn. Going to be bringing the LMG for the destructibility, and you're going to be making a huge hole right here. So you're going to cut out the floor in this square right here, and then cut out a walkable wall, walkable hole through this wall. Then you're going to flip over to this other side, cut open just a hole to see through at this top area right here. Run to this room into armory, and we're going to cut another floor, another hole in the floor right here. We want it leaning more to this left side than to the right side because well, I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, so these are the three main holes that you're going to make. Now the reason I made these holes is because we are going to have someone playing below to hold pressure on this side of the map. So we are going to have someone starting off in garage right on this mark, right behind this cabinet right here. And they're going to be able to look up into the window. This is why we have it on this left side more so, is because this right behind here is the only place where you're, it's the safest place in garage from, like, because all of this is breakable. Hopefully, so you're not going to be holding this area very long. It's more just if they do want to rush through armory, which is a very rare thing to do, then you'll be ready for it and be able to put some pressure. But this is a very vulnerable position, so this person's going to be rotating pretty quick. And when they do, we don't want them to have to go out in front of main door. So that's why we've opened this, so that for them to actually rotate out, they can just walk through this side right here and completely avoid any confrontation with the main door right here, so they can just rotate from their spot here once they feel pressured, or if the person down here has any door or window open here, they immediately leave. They're not going to be holding this area. This is just for a surprise angle through the floor that should waste a few seconds and maybe get a kill for lucky. Immediately rotate out of here, and you're going to be going downstairs for either a hard rotate or to simply fall back on this angle. So this angle is meant to support this hallway and make sure that no one pushes through that door on the side there. We're going to be covering the armory push and the main stairs push with this, as well as anyone jumping through this window. So whoever's holding down here has this angle through the floor so that they cannot push through that door safely until they clear this out. If for any reason you feel pressured there, like if they're pushing this area hard and main stairs as well, then you feel free to rotate off that. That's more just a secondary angle to fall back on. I think if they know you rotated down there, it would probably be safer to just leave the angle for now and come back to it, because we also have another angle up here. And this one is in its own area. This is going to be in meeting hall. So this should be you'll be a lot safer in this room than you would be in that downstairs hold right there. But that downstairs hold one is going to be more effective. This one covers the door and the stairs as well. So just giving them multiple angles to look at through the floor and be worried about, just making them as nervous to cross this hallway as possible. So that's why I've created all these holes. I'm going to go back over it lightly in the future when we go over the rest of the ops, but I just thought I'd explain the large majority of the setup here with Tachanka, just because he's the one making most of the important destructibility. Also as Tachanka, you're going to be putting your shield right here. So this is why we need this hallway secured like this, is because we are going to actually have someone holding this room and trophy to start out. They're going to be holding this shield, putting pressure on this door, and they need to make sure that this hallway is safe so that they don't just get rushed up main stairs or rushed through armory once they realize that there is in fact a shield hold going on right here. So that is the main purpose of those holes. As Tachanka, once you do all that, you're not going to do any reinforcements. You're going to fall back. You're going to put your shield down, make those holes. You're going to fall back, and you are going to play an attic. So in attic, you're going to open up this area above what is going to be a reinforced wall. You're going to open up this area above, and this is going to be your area of play. In attic, your grenade launcher can cover about all of the important angles on this side. The easy ones, of course, are just right off there, right, that covers the jumping from the window. And then off these sandbags right here, covers that entire back area if they do decide to try to push through that wall. And then, of course, the reason we've opened up all this, you just hit that wood beam right there, and it covers this doorway. That wood beam covers the doorway, and then you can always just hit it off the top, and that'll land farther back. If you are safe to push further, to push farther, like into an angle like this where you have no danger of being shot at, then you can always drop one in the back, which will just land more essential to the room. But yeah, this is the main reason we have Tachanka. The reason I brought a Tachanka over a smoke is because they both had the destructibility, they both have the shield, they both do the job. But I feel like having this launcher is going to waste a lot more time than 3 smoke grenades, especially when you might need to worry about your left side and your right here. So, because we only really need to cover doorways, we're not covering large areas, and we're not stopping plants, so we don't need it to last a long time. We just need it to be a constant annoyance to them, something that makes them have to run into the room instead of being able to walk in slowly and peek. Because if they have to run through fire to come and get an angle at you, you get first shot no matter what. So yeah, this is the Tachanka hold. He's going to be sitting in here, make all those holes, and yeah, that's it. Okay, next up in the strat is going to be Frost. Frost is going to start off by opening this wall between kids' dorms and this, yeah, dorm main hall. You're going to open this hatch in kids, and then put 2 frost mats down underneath the main window here, just side by side like this. She's then going to rotate over here, make 2 quick shots right here so that we can watch the bottom of the stairs. I was experimenting with angles. I wouldn't open the one on this side, just this small hole that I have separate, just these 2, because to watch this one is kind of awkward with the window angle, whereas here you can just, you know, keep completely safe, just experimenting with angles. But yeah, so just open these 2 holes, ignore what I did over here. Then Frost is going to run over here, shoot open this hole right here, head level, but also try to, like, head level and a little bit above. So, not like something you can actually make it through, probably. I mean, I guess you can vault with this, but I probably shouldn't make it a vault. It's just going to be like one string of shots, like right here, this height. Then she's going to put down a shield on this angle right here. This shield allows a position to be created in the middle of the room right here that is safe. That is safe from the white door, and puts pressure onto this main hall over here. So this is something that's going to be useful later in the round when that initial shield hold falls, because it's not going to stay active for the whole round probably. Frost is then going to come in here and shotgun a quick just double shot right here at this fan. This is going to allow for an impact trick with the Wamai that we will be doing. So yeah, she's just going to make those 2 quick holes, and then after that, rotate into here, open up the rotate between attic and the kids' dorm, and then vault up here, shotgun this open, shotgun the other hatch from here as well, frost mount on the ground below the window, and that should be about it. I don't think there's anything else. Frost is going to be playing, she's going to start off actually playing as the person behind the shield and trophy, because she's the most expendable, and this is the most likely position that someone's going to die first, I would say. Frost doesn't have anything to do later in the round. It was either her or Jaeger, and I'm going to have Jaeger playing in a position where it's not easy for him to get out of. Like, he wouldn't be able to rotate into it very well, whereas Frost can, once the shield does fall, like if the shield is about to get broken, or Frost getting pressured from here and the side stuff, then she's just going to leave and immediately rotate back through here, and then play pink room. So Frost is going to be a late pink room hold, but starting off holding trophy on the shield here. I would also recommend that you barricade this door, just to keep yourself a tad bit safer. So, especially from like grenades and explosives that may be able to be thrown into the side here. We are going to have a Jaeger device to combat it, but it's going to be easier if that is barricaded. Plus, it just makes the whole, it gives the bandit that's going to be playing below, it's going to give him a little bit more time to actually shoot at the person that is potentially in this hallway, because they're going to have to actually get, you know, hit a door before they can shoot at you and attack you. And so hopefully that'll give the Frost time to react, and the bandit a little bit more time to get a shot off. So yeah, barricade that door, make all the holes I've shown, and then after you feel pressured on this hold over here, if the Jaeger devices are gone, shield's gone, too much pressure, immediately rotate through attic into kids. And that's it. Okay, next up is bandit. Bandit's job is really simple. Right off spawn, run with your pistol out. You're going to reinforce these back 2 walls of attic. put down 2 bandit charges. I would tuck them more away on this left side like I've done, put them on the left side of each wall just to protect them as much as possible from this window. It shouldn't make too much of a difference. And then he's immediately going to run back and put 2 bandit charges on this wall here. This wall will have already been reinforced by someone else, but so bandit's job is simply to put the batteries on, and once he puts those 2 batteries on, immediate hard rotation. I would say maybe it'll be more congested on that side, so perhaps maybe a hard rotation down white instead. All the way through. Kill any drones on the way. Right into your spot here. So Bandit's going to be the one playing below, looking up at this window, just because he's the 3 speed. Like that's about it. I should say, not sure I made it. I don't think I made it clear with the Tachanka, but we don't want the hole that Tachanka makes to be visible from this door. We want because we want the hold here to be a surprise. It works best as a surprise. So we want Tachanka to mainly open, like that. That will definitely be visible regardless. So that doesn't matter. But we want Tachanka to open a hole as much on this side as possible for the rotate. We're gonna want a hole probably mostly across the top of this, but the actual rotate should be as close to this wall as possible. Hopefully, if you can stop just right down the middle, then they won't be able to see it from here. And the odds of them droning out this area off the beat are pretty low, so they shouldn't be able to cut off Bandit before he's able to rotate away and play more safely. But yeah, that's the entire Bandit hold. He's gonna, yeah, of course, run down here once he's pressured, hold the angle here up above at that window and corridor. You're gonna be using downstairs as your way to rotate around the map to put pressure on the backs and on white. So the reason Frost is going to be opening both of these is because when you are holding in here at this hatch there, it's pretty simple to get pinched. We're gonna have cameras being watched for the back, so we'll know if they do try to enter back. But if they try to enter, if they're entering through the back and they're entering through the main door here because they know where you are, and they try to pinch you, you have nowhere to go here without wasting a C4. So we're having Frost open both hatches so that you can simply just drop again and use the bottom floor to your advantage once more. The safest rotate up from bottom floor is probably going to be this one up through Freezer to White Stairs because it's a pretty quick run back to objective. Late in the round, once you've wasted the large majority of their time, or we have a really good kill advantage, like we're sitting, I don't know, like if we're sitting maybe 2 kills up or more with not very much left in the round, then you can just go ahead and rotate up. But yeah, that's the whole deal with Bandit, pretty simple. Okay, when Jaeger starts his round, he's going to do is immediately run over and get these 2 walls. We're going to be getting him from this side, not the side that I actually did it from, because Tachanka's immediate job is also to just blow up the area in front of it, so we don't want him being shot in the leg or just obstructing the Tachanka. So immediately reinforce these 2 walls, skirt past the Tachanka. You're going to be placing 1 Jaeger device here in this corner. This one will, of course, stop the shield from being broken, as well as just being completely hidden. Nothing should be able to destroy that until they actually get something through to break it. And then the second one we're going to have right here. It's not visible from the door until they push pretty deep inside. You have to get to about here to actually see it. But the main purpose of this one is just to ensure that they don't just toss a grenade from here or from here if they get smart and just try to bait your shield. If that happens, this should catch it, and you can't see it from the window over here. So it's a pretty safe one. If they do start putting pressure from behind and your thing catches one as Frost, then you should probably clear out because there's a second one incoming, and this will not catch a second one coming from this direction. They will only both catch coming from this main direction, which is what we are expecting to happen. Then as Jaeger, you're going to immediately rotate in here. You're going to toss a barbed wire right here. With this hatch being broken, it creates a tiny little avenue that they have to push through. So this hatch broken, this here, and the Tachanka play, it's going to be a really slow crawl from them when they do, or if they do eventually open this wall. It's going to be a really slow crawl for them to push through this barbed wire and the Tachanka fire. And if Tachanka does hear them on the barbed wire, he can of course just pre-fire and get a free kill probably. But yeah, so that's one avenue for the barbed wire to recover. Second one is going to be on White Stairs, just as another sound cue and something to stop people from just rushing up. then Jaeger's last ordeal is just to come over here and place his last Jaeger charge by the big window. You're just gonna, to place this one, just just walk like an inch left from the middle of this bed right here, and then put it down, because that is just that's as close as far as you can put it while still having it cover the entirety of this window to cover grenades and such. And then Jaeger's going to be playing right here. He's going to be using that hole that I made as frost to watch the bottom of white, but his primary job at the beginning of the round is going to be cameras. Jaeger's going to be the person on cameras for this round, and yeah, so he will be on cameras until we are feeling pressure on objective, or until they have shot all the ones that are actually useful. Then he will get off and he will worry about white stairs. So he should be able to hear anyone actually pushing through white stairs from this cam right here, or see if they do try to go for a west push up white. If they come from the east towards white, they will have probably already run into Bandit at some point, or made Bandit move off of his position, which is a good cue that Jaeger should probably get off cams if he can. But he can, yeah, that's really it for Jaeger. His job is pretty damn simple. Okay, as will your primary job is going to be our reinforcer. We have 2 reinforcements being done by Jaeger on that wall over there, and then 2 being done by Bandit and Attic. Why is going to get the other 6. He is going to get these 2 walls to start. You need to make sure that you get these 2 walls first, so that Bandit has enough time, so that Bandit, can just run in and put down the Bandit batteries before the round starts. If you wait to do these last, you may have to wait around, and then it'll make it pretty hard for him to get to a spot on time. So make sure you do these 2 first. From here, I'd recommend just going around, getting this wall, and then into kids for this wall. If the rotate's done, you can rotate through, but if not, then walk around, and then you're going to be getting these 2 walls. So that's going to be the last 6 of our walls. We're of course doing these 2 in an effort to just make the kids room a lot easier to hold. So we're going to have this wall just to block them from being able to see deep into the site, but we're still going to leave this wall open with a frost shotgun as I've shown, so that we can have another angle on white, as well as an angle to peek window if they're pushing big window hard with nothing to do but jump in onto our frost mats. And then we're going to do this one so that if they do take attic, we are still able to hold in the middle of the room and don't have to completely fall back off into this corner. We are going to have the hatch open in here for frost, if that does happen anyway, but still better to get this wall. And then of course we're going to get these last 2, because once the shield hold falls apart in trophy, we're going to just want this to be, we're going to want them to all have to file through this one door that Tachanka can burn off. So he's just going to get these last 2 to help Tachanka's position. Okay, and by the time the prep phase ends, you will have, or by the time you even get these walls done, you will have 2 of my devices out of your 4. The positions for those first 2 are going to be one right here. This is going to cover any possible grenades that are thrown over this back at Tachanka, so he at least has a warning that the first one is gone. So he knows to drop back and play it a lot safer from that angle. And then the second one you're going to throw right up here on these pipes. So this one will cover any grenades that are thrown from this window or from this back wall coming down this hallway right here. And it may even catch what's up there if they throw it deep enough, but if they throw it back in this area, it may not. So those are the 2 that you're definitely going to throw down there. From here, Womai will rotate into the game room over here, and this is going to be his primary position. I think actually, I know I said earlier that Frost is going to be making this hole, but it's quite easy to just shoot open. You look at the wall right here, just go about what you think would be 2 metal bars over, and just, do shots right here. It takes about like 10, 15, and that's it. Just make sure that you can see the base of that fan, so that you can actually get your impact trick off without showing as much as you as possible, so if they take below, they're not looking back up at you trying to get the kill. And as far as my 3rd and 4th ones go, my devices go, this wall's going to be open, so when you get your 3rd, I recommend just tossing it over into this corner right here to stop anything coming up white stairs and put just bring it into an inconsequential position. And then the fourth one, I guess maybe you could just toss like out here into this corner just to cover anything that they might throw through this door once they take it. Or you could throw a second one on white, wherever you think pressure is probably coming from. Maybe even toss it all the way over towards big window if they're really pushing that hard. But yeah, the one my impact position is pretty easy. It's not too difficult. I'm gonna just grab one of these and do a quick demonstration. So you'll be able to see, you'll see a hit marker show up and shows that I have actually destroyed this. Anything on the wall works on either side. It's not really a safe spot unless they throw it super high, but that won't allow them any good positions anyway. So all you gotta do is just ace at the top of this fan right here and just hit it like that. You saw the hit marker, killed it. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. And then you have two of those. So you can get 2 ace charges or 2 thermite charges. If they bring a Habana, I would recommend letting them open smaller holes that are that are only about 2 wide. Maybe the first one, and then use those small holes that they've made to use the impact trick. If they go with 4 or 6, then it's worth using an impact on, but I wouldn't use one on the first 2. If they start to pepper it with more 2s, then maybe just use it and get out of there because it's not safe. But I would allow the first 2 and then maybe use that one as another impact trick position. But that's unlikely to happen, at least on the first round. Maybe if it's played in overtime, that's something you have to look out for. But yeah, that's the whole hold. Should be about it.